Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I'm here today for some more My Hero Academia All's Justice content. We have the full roster officially revealed by Bandai Namco themselves here. All characters revealed. Every character playable at launch has been revealed for My Hero Academia All's Justice, Class 1A Pro Heroes, Villains, and more. Right? Headed to our webpage, so we're going to be checking it out now. There are a lot of characters in this game. This is definitely the biggest roster for a My Hero Academia game. There are characters who are missing, right? Very prominent characters, which is kind of an odd choice for them not to be included. And those characters being Stars and Stripes, Spinner, surprisingly enough, like they have everybody else from, you know, the villain team, but Spinner. Like, why? It's weird. And, you know, it's just, there. You can go through the replies and you can see everybody's reaction. No Spinner, no Mount Lady. That's crazy, right? None of the other Shiketsu High characters. There's, I mean, the main, like, core three, right? No Redestro, which is surprising. He had a huge battle, I think, at the end of, like, Season 6 or something, versus Shigaraki. So, like, that's crazy that he's not in, right? He's got so much material, right? So we have 4 Midoriyas, but Spinner just isn't in the game. Also, where is Star and Stripes? Yeah, Star and Stripes, again, a great character. Would have been, you know, a perfect opportunity to include her. But no, like, she... Okay, I don't want to spoil anything. Okay, yeah, I was about to say something. I don't want to spoil it. So, if I've done my math right, there's 68 playable characters. So, yeah, I understand people, you know, being frustrated about this, but the reason why you're getting 4 fucking Midoriyas is because he is the main character. He is the most popular character in the game, other than, you know, like All Might, Shigaraki, and, you know, Bakugo, or like Todoroki, for example, right? I wanted Cementos. Yeah, like, if you just go through, like, this is how it's always going to be. People who see a roster for a fighting game, you know, or just like a video game in general, they're never going to be excited for what they're getting. They're going to be disappointed in who they're not getting, and they're going to be very vocal about that, right? And I understand. Like I said, I understand. Looks like they fucked up here. Apparently, Todoroki has the engine quirk, and Ida has the half cold, half hot quirk. They just decided to trade. So, where's Spinner? He's literally a part of the final war. Yeah, I understand, right? I understand. Let's go over the full roster. There are 2 different websites here for whatever reason. They have like 2 different versions of it. I think this gives you a good visual representation in terms of who is in a specific category. They're putting the Shiketsu High characters, La Brava and Gentle Criminal, and then Lady Nagant in the others category, because, I mean, they don't really have a specific classification. We have the villains category, which is everybody that was, I think, from the last game as well, and then, you know, upgraded characters with, like, new forms and shit. Now, the Pro Heroes category is much smaller than I thought it was going to be, okay? How do you have Edgeshot, but you don't have the rest of the Lurkers team, like, you know, Kamui Woods and Mount Lady, right? They were a trio team. So why is Edgeshot here, but not the other 2, right? Kind of weird. And Mount Lady, you know, specifically, I mean, like, these 3 characters have very unique abilities, okay? You have Edgeshot, who can, you know, fold his body and make it, like, tiny and shit, right? And he has, you know, obviously he's got a major role in, you know, the final arc, right? You have Mount Lady, who can get huge, right? That would be a sick, you know, thing, like a concept for this game, right? And then you have Kamui Woods, who has, you know, the Arbor quirk or whatever, which is like, you know, woods and not vines, but like, you know, the fucking, you know, the tree branch shit, whatever. Yeah, so it's like a pretty small pro hero category. I'm glad Mirko made it in. Obviously, she's like one of the most popular, you know, MHA characters, but at least UA High School has pretty much everyone. I don't see anyone really missing. We have pretty much everyone from Class 1A, Class 1B for like the major characters. You have the teachers, you have the big 3, and obviously, you know, Shinzo, who's general studies and stuff, right? Which I did finally go back and rewatch the anime after that last video I made, because I made so many mistakes and I said so many wrong things because I hadn't watched the anime in a long time, so I do apologize about that, but we'll go over it on the English, the US website, so we can get a good idea of everybody with, like, you know, their names and everything. So you have One for All variants from the final arc of Deku, aka Izuku Midoriya. They do have some images here. You can see he's doing the gear shift, which looks really cool. We have Bakugo. This one specifically, I think this is just... I don't know if... I don't think he has, like, a different variant. I think it's just this one. And it's not necessarily, like, the cluster. It's more of just, you know, his final arc variant, because he's got all the, like, you know... What is it? The gun shit that comes out from his back or whatever, which is pretty cool. You have Ochako here. Looks great. Todoroki, which that one specifically is supposed to be the, you know, final arc version with his phosphor ability. You got Ida, Asui. We have Kaminari, Kirishima, Jiro, Momo, Tokoyami, Ashido, Mineta. I'm so glad that all of Class 1A is playable now. But it's like, again, I understand people being disappointed with certain things. So we have Aoyama, who has the final arc like coat and everything that he's wearing. My goat, Sero. This is going to be my main right here. Literal fucking Spider-Man. Like, you want a Spider-Man character? This is your boy right here. That's so sick. I mean, I guess Deku can do some stuff like that too. Ojiro. We have Sato. Hagakure. Shoji. Koda. Armored All Might, which is so badass that he made it in, so I'm glad that we have that. Monoma. Mirio, we have Nejire, Amajiki, Aizawa, Shinzo. Shinzo's costume is so fucking cool, dude. He's got like one of the coolest designs in the entire series, in my opinion. Like the spiky purple, messy hair, the black and white outfit. Like, it just looks so good. Present Mike, Midnight. Oh my god. Okay, so then of course we have all the older versions of Deku. We have shoot style version of Izuku, and you know, they're including that from the last game too. We have full cowling 100%, which looks really fucking cool. So, you know, that's still in. And then you have classic original Midoriya from, like, you know, the very first couple of arcs. You have OG All Might as well. And then this is the brand new very end of the series. If you're not caught up, I mean, this I guess is a spoiler. Izuku Midoriya Rising. So this is his, you know, final I almost said Getsuga Tensho. His final you know, one for all. Hatsume made it in. We have Kendo, Tetsu, Endeavor, Mirko, Best Genus, Edshot, Hawks, Gang Orca. Gang Orca made it in, but not the rest of the Lurkers team. That's crazy, dog. Sir Night-Eye, Fat Gum, Gran Torino, and then we're getting into the villains category here. So obviously you have Shigaraki, All for One. You have All for One, OG version. You have Rewind variant of All for One, specifically the, I guess, like, older adult version of him. There are two variants of Dabi. So we have Dabi Flame of Death, who does have the Phosphor ability. Himiko Toga, twice, my boy, Stain. A high-end Nomu, just a classic high-end Nomu. Mr. Compress. See, like, we get Mr. Compress, but not Spinner, which Spinner has, I feel like, an even bigger, more major role than Mr. Compress does, right? You know, shout out to anybody that likes Mr. Compress, you know, no hate. But I'm just saying, like, that's kind of crazy. Kurogiri. You have OG Dabi. You have, I guess, OG Shigaraki. And then you have the new All for One Chaos. Now, I believe him and the Rising Midoriya, those are pre-order bonus. I think it's early unlock. I could be wrong about that. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm like, obviously, you know, these characters are in the game. They're in the story, right? So I think it's just an early unlock so that if you do, like, the pre-order shit or whatever, you can have them by default without having to play through the story if you know, don't want to do that. Because I'm assuming all these characters are not going to be... I could be wrong about this, though, because, you know, these fucking anime games have been doing that recently. But I feel like this is a game where they would still make you play through the story. Maybe they'll have a way for you to unlock characters via, like, maybe the shop or something. I don't know if it's going to be, like, Sparking Zero necessarily. We got Muscular. Now, this is specifically Muscular from, what is it, season... is this season 7? Season 6? I think it's season 7, right? I could be wrong about that. But, yeah, he puts a rock in his eye. I remember when he's fighting Midoriya. We have a regular Nomu. We have Kai Chisaki. Rappa made it in, which is awesome. Lady Nagant. Inasa. Kami. And Shishakura. And then Gentle and Labrava. That's the final one, which I'm glad that they made it in and everything, right? But I feel like there could have been some more crazier options that they could have gone for. I do think that the roster is solid. It's a good roster, right? I'm not going to say that this roster sucks or anything, because it's actually pretty good. I think that they pretty much nailed all of the popular, main, vital choices for the roster. Again, I do agree with people. Like, you know, there are some characters that should be in there, like Spinner. It would have been, like, peak if they had, you know, Stars and Stripes. But it's just weird that, you know, they're not going for some of these characters. And are they going to do DLC for them? Might be. Anybody from, like, season... obviously, it would be 5 and onwards is probably going to be DLC. So that's the unfortunate thing, is the thought that they're going to have those characters that should be in the base roster as actual, like, DLC. You know what I mean? So the Ultimate Edition, oh, look at this. So they say they already confirmed it. Season Pass, they're going to have 5 DLC packs, right? I believe these are going to be singular characters, though, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. Let me actually see here. Go to the store real quick. So, releasing on the 5th, February 5th. Does it have any specific information? 20 costumes pack, playable character early unlock pack. Okay, so yeah, those are those two. The Deku and Shigaraki. Yeah, and then the season pass. God damn, bro. Yeah, that's a bit of an L. That they're going to have... only, I'm assuming it's only 5 characters, and the 5 choices, probably Star and Stripes going to be one of them, right? If they have Spinner as a DLC character, that's going to be really fucking stupid, right? Like, how you going to have... you have Final Arc Dobby here, but not just fucking Spinner, just in general? Like, what? And I'm going to be honest, I'm not even going to play some of these characters, right? Like, I'll definitely try every single character out just to try them. But, like, if I'm, like, playing this game regularly, like, there's a lot of characters that I'm probably not even going near. Like, you're going to see, online, you're going to see people running Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, probably All Might, right? I mean, it's going to be, like, the most powerful characters. Endeavor, you're going to see Mirko, you're going to be seeing Shigaraki, Dabi, you know, Himiko Toga, like, Lady Nagant probably, like, like there are a lot of the characters, like, I tell you right now, depending on how some of these characters play, I ain't gonna be seeing Mr. Compress online. You ain't gonna be seeing fucking Mineta online. And this isn't, I'm not even hating, like, these are just characters that I feel like not a lot of people will use, because online is gonna be dominated by a core specific, you know, selection of characters who are very powerful, right? You're going to use the strongest characters, which is pretty disappointing, right? I never played the other games online, but I don't know. We'll see. Y'all let me know down in the comments how online was for the other games, right? If you were going online, who were they running? Were they running the broken characters or the most powerful characters or the most popular choices? I'm going to make the assumption that they did, right? And that's just an assumption, right? We could be seeing people using stuff, you know, characters like, I don't even know, like Hatsume, right? Use her. Please actually use these characters. You know, if they give you a roster of almost 70 characters, use them. Try them out. But yeah, I get it. I understand why people were disappointed with the overall, you know, roster of certain characters missing. But some of them might be DLC, right? Which sucks, but it is what it is. I just wanted to talk about all the characters that we know are confirmed 100% for the final base roster. You guys can speculate who's going to be DLC. Drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell, and peace out.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.